Pinto?
To Portland, New Jersey to CNBC. You want to see how many children fit on the bus?
Yeah. And who's this here?
Who are you? Introduce yourself.
I want to pull my head.
Hi, there's a real DVE TV person. Studio.
So, what time are you supposed to be out?
Do you think they should leave their dog on the bus? Do you have anything other than a ground one right here? Yeah. But you're here. Do you have any
Saw the limo drivers.
Guys excited?
Where are my kids?
Get me. It's going on at 6.
That's because it's going up. It's.
Good.
Are you going there too?
Yeah, I'm one of the producers.
Oh.
So have fun today, huh? Where do you come from?
Delaware Valley.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'm off Florida.
With Carol Martin. And for those of you who don't know, Carol Martin has been a newscaster on CBS for 20 years. She was the lead anchor person. And she now just moved over to our brand new network called America's Talking here to do her own show. America's Talking is NBC's newest cable network, and we're on in 11 million homes. All of our shows are live, so when you're in the studio, you're on TV. So people are going to see you across the country in 11 million homes. If they're all the shows are audience participation if you choose them to be. If you have a question to ask one of the guests or think something is interesting, during the commercial break, just say, Lauren, I have a question, and I'll be more than happy to either bring a handheld microphone into the audience, or we'll just ask the host and she'll answer the question on the show. Alive in Wellness is about issues of health and wellness. So what we're going to be doing is talking about like alternatives to medicines or exercises or food demonstrations or vitamins, just all different natural alternatives. So that's a more serious show, which is good. It's a real educational show. You definitely learn something. If I'm not wrong, I think we even have a juggler on the show today that's talking about using it for relaxation techniques or something, so it should be fun also. And we also have our second show that you see is called Break a Leg, which is all about actors, comedians, musicians, magicians. It's a variety show, so that's more of a lighthearted show. That's at 2 o'clock. And the final show is called Have a Heart, and that's about people who do random acts of kindness, which means people who do nice things for other people. And that show is from 4 to 5. And that's a real small audience, that show. You're the whole audience, but that show only seats 30 people, so we're gonna have 30 of you come in and stay, and then we'll have those 30 leave at the commercial break and have the other 30 come in and see the rest of it. So everyone will see that one, but it's in a news studio, not a television studio, so it's a lot smaller. Today we're also going to give you all a tour of our facilities here, so you'll get to see how a television network is run, everything from the makeup rooms down to where the writers write all the materials for the show. So you'll see all kinds of variety. We'll show you the control room where the the whole production behind the scenes takes place, where the directors are and all of that. And we'll explain that to you too. We also have door prizes. Some lucky person might get to go home with a prize. If they have the right ticket, we'll be giving away tickets a little bit later too. So the most important thing, though, when you're being involved in a TV audience is, first of all, if anyone's chewing gum, make sure to take it out before you're in the audience. If anyone has watches that beep on the hour, make sure to turn them off because it's live, so we would definitely hear that on television. And the most important thing is to have fun. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get through this stuff so I can make sure, and then I'll answer any questions. The most important thing is to have fun. When you're sitting at home and you like something, you're not going to probably clap out loud because people just don't do that out of their own houses. But when you're in a television studio, you are showing the whole television audience how fun something is by your applause. So instead of just kind of clapping like this, we do what's called a triple clap in television, which means you clap 3 times as fast as you normally do in real life. So instead of being like this, you're like this. So we're going to practice our clapping now, and it should sound, there's 60 of you here. The way that we clap, since it's 3 times as fast, it sounds like there's 180 people. So it's going to be really incredible when you hear how loud this is. So on the count of 3, I want to hear you all clap. When I go like this, it means cut the clapping. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good. You guys are good clappers. Now, if you hear something that's funny, when you're sitting at home and you hear something funny, you'll probably, you laugh quietly to yourself. Feel free to laugh. That's one thing, you can never be too loud when you're doing the appropriate things in an audience. You can't be talking during commercials and things like that because during commercials you can't, during the show you can't talk. But if you hear something that's funny, give us a nice, belly laugh, let it all out. So I'm gonna tell you a kind of dumb joke and we'll see how loud and how good and hearty you can laugh at that. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Okay, you guys will be fine. Good job. So, yes.
My watch won't stop beeping.
Okay, as soon as it goes up, just make sure to turn it off right away. That shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. So you guys are gonna have a good time today. I'm gonna leave you alone just for about 5 minutes now. I just want to make sure the stage is all set up. We have enough seats and it's all clean. So you can feel free to talk, do your own thing in here. Of course, making sure to listen to what your teachers tell you to do. And I'll be back in a couple minutes, and then we'll load in the audiences. Now, when we do the loading into the audiences, don't get offended if I mix and match a little bit. We have to do that for certain reasons. We can't have, for example, all girls in one row, all boys in one row. It looks a little bit too staged. So I'm going to do some mixing and matching. Also putting some adults maybe closer to the front so it looks on TV like it's not entirely just a school, like we have some adults mixed in with the audience too. So don't take it personally if I mix and match. It's really nothing personal. It just has to do with what we have to do to get the audience a little bit more balanced out. All right, so you guys have a good time. I'll turn on, you can listen to the show that's on right now. This is called Am I Nuts? And they're 2 psychologists that just answer people's questions like it's like an advice column show.
Sounds good.
If you act up and you talk during the show, we do beat you in the head with the camera.
Matthew, where's my badge?
No, man. We talked to someone on We're doing it actually like a live.
Found some force. Somebody shot the president.
The man with the
I gotta ask you this. I gotta ask you.
the taller man here with the gray hair is the producer of America's Talking.
Which way should we face? Which way are we face? Which way do we face? Go down there? Oh, I heard me too.
Some adult topics, some that you'll enjoy about Jervis. They were going to do several different things, so I hope
Sit over here.
we're going to talk to reporters. Good morning. How are you? Carol Martin, how are you? I guess I should be standing there like this away, maybe?
Step out of the way.
Tell me when we got about 5 minutes of the show, because we go live, so how do you want me to get? Oh, he's going to introduce me and everything.
We are here today with Carol Martin, our talk show host. How long have you been a TV news reporter, Carol?
Well, I've been a TV news reporter, believe it or not, for 20 years, but I've only been on this job for about 3 months, so it's like brand new all over again. I used to literally report the news like everyday events in the New York area. So this show is all about alternative medicine and learning how to heal yourself, so it's a totally different kind of work now.
Thank you.
How long have you been a TV news reporter?
2 days.
2 days. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
How did you get interested in being a TV news reporter?
I always wanted to write, and I always wanted to produce children's television, believe it or not. My home is Detroit, Michigan, and when I was in college and growing up at that point in my life, I wanted to be behind the scenes producing. So that's how I got interested.
Were you nervous on your first show?
Was I nervous on my first show? I fell down some steps and dropped a microphone. Do you want to know the truth? That's what happened on my first show. And you're always a little nervous, but I think a little nervousness doesn't hurt. You know?
Well, thank you for letting us.
I'm pleased to be letting me what? Yeah, I know. I'm happy to be asked a few questions by you. I hope you guys enjoy the show today. We'll see, we're going to learn how to juggle. Maybe you'll try that with us, huh?
Okay.
Okay, have fun. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. We'll see you all in a minute. I'm going to go.
Who's the juggler? You are?
Would it be okay now if I could go ask for her autograph?
Quickly, if you have a...
I want an autograph.
So, and then we're on a spattering of other places. All over. I mean, we're on 11 million homes. It's a pretty large market. Oh, I've got to tell her. The camera is going to be on, as you can tell. Try not to look at yourself in the monitor when we pull the monitor around. There's a whole audience of people that look like this. Because it's only showing your profile. So look at the camera, look at the stage, and just be genuine. Don't be staring too much at yourself. One extra seat on the other side. Can I just one person? Okay, I'll just leave because you're close enough. And then if you can speak to the seat,
Good. You'll walk right in. Sure, I'll cue you. I'll let you know when you're coming up. Here we go. 30 to us. 30 to us.
Right back over.
Copy. 20 to us.
Got 10 of.
So you're coming right up on three? Okay. We're 10. You can start your juggling. Here we go in 5, 4, 3.
Have you got too many things up in the air in your life? Well, why don't you learn to juggle them, literally and figuratively? Not bad, Michael. Hi, everybody. This is the Alive and Wellness Show, and I'm your host, Carol Martin, and this man with the balls is Michael Gell, who says that keeping those balls in the air can help you focus and flourish in your personal and professional life. Today, he's going to teach us the art of juggling. Brian Clement is here today, too, from a health institute down in Florida that claims to change your life in just 21 days, so stay tuned for that. And then we will meet this modern-day shaman. That's a medicine man and a psychologist in modern-day life. Dr. Alberto Gallardo combines old ritual with new therapies for his New Age treatments. Stay with us for the next hour on Alive and Wellness. You can also post your thoughts on Prodigy. We're awaiting your input there on alternative health issues. Or fax us at 201-346-6533, 346-6533. We'll take your comments or questions for our in-studio guests. Now, our first guest this Friday has traveled to Peru in search of a sacred potion used by shamans. Those are wise men down in the Amazon region. He came out with, among other things, some new insights into ancient ways of healing, and he has blended them into his urban life as a psychologist. Welcome the author of the book called Four Winds, A Shaman's Odyssey into the Amazon. He's also a lecturer at New York's Omega Institute. This is Dr. Alberto Gallardo. What? How would you describe it?
Well, I'm in search for the Vine of Death, which is a legendary potion that, according to legend, allowed you to step beyond death and beyond fear. And it was actually a dreadful potion that looked like soup that you had left outside for too many days. That when you ingested it actually made you feel like you were dying. And you faced all of your fears, you faced all of your unfinished business in your life, and you had to come to terms with it because it wouldn't quite go away until you stepped beyond it. But it was a potion used by medicine people to step beyond fear and beyond death. Because they believe that in the process of healing doesn't have to do so much with eliminating a disease, but with learning how to exorcise or death from you. That death actually lives within you, and you have to shed death so that you can be claimed by life and you can never be claimed by death.
What an odyssey. We'll come back to explaining more of that, but the need you had to do this. Let's talk about why you were compelled to go into that region looking for divine or death. You were in a thriving psychiatry, excuse me, practice. It's Friday, it's hard to talk. But is that what you were doing as a...
Well, I was a graduate student at that time, and I was disappointed by many of the foundations of Western psychology. They said, see, our psychology is a psychology of redemption, like our religions are. Because we're the only people on the earth that were ever kicked out of the garden, that were ever kicked out of paradise. So our religions are redeeming ourselves with this original sin, and our psychologies are redeeming ourselves with mommy and daddy. And that was so limiting, and I was interested in...
Audience, are you doing okay out here?
Yeah, I've been looking the whole first second.
This one might be a little complicated, but if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. There'll be a couple more guests.
Yeah. Take notes if you have any questions, ask it.
No, some minutes ago, we'll come out into the audience. Hey, Kevin? You know, ask him on stage.
James, ask that guy. This guy right here.
Are you guys doing okay over here?
Yeah.
Good.
You definitely have their interest now.
How about you at the beginning of the show? Some of you did? They showed a good shot of you.
He's very upset about it.
Okay, I'll just say the name and then I'll mention...
We started. Come back. Just look forward. Don't look into the camera.
Oh, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
No, you guys are in bed.
Yes. One minute back. Wait, hey Wayne, can you turn this monitor around?
30 minutes.
30. Carol, can you see what's close up on that thing? It's frozen.
30 back.
Back to 15.
Take us down to...
Sit, sit.
Watch the line.
Any of the methods or practices that we show on your Live and Wellness show. If you should choose alternative treatments for your health, we hope you'll use common sense. If you have a critical or recurring medical problem, be sure to consult your doctor first. Telling you of some events that totally transformed his life, he's telling us. In fact, you brought back a souvenir from your trip. This was how long ago, this particular trip?
I just got back 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks from
From
that.
Peru.
But you started
But
the...
my journeys began 20
years ago, yes.
Quite a while ago.
This is what?
This is a surgical instrument here.
Let me hold it for you.
And
as you
it's 1,000 years old, and it's used to do surgery not on the physical body, but on the luminous body, on the energy body that, according to shamans, surrounds the physical body.
The aura.
It's the aura, but it's really a template that holds an imprint of our physical body. So before disease manifests in the physical body, it manifests in the energy body.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Did I do something
Now,
wrong?
these are 1,000 years old,
Oh,
they'll live another 1,000
I
years
hope
old.
so, after they make an appearance on our show.
Yeah.
But how would these shaman use this, for example?
Well, for example, they would use this to make an incision in the luminous body itself, in the aura, and to take the imprint of, say, whatever disease that has not yet manifested itself in the physical body, and extract that so that it will never manifest in your physical body.
So it's
For example,
ritual,
yeah.
which is a big part of the whole.
See, if you go to a surgeon and you remove something from the physical body, but you do not remove it from the blueprint, it's going to manifest again.
Yes.
You've got to remove it from the blueprint as well. When you remove it from the blueprint, before it expresses itself physically, you're doing tremendous preventive healing.
This was one of the big lessons, obviously, from your trip. What were some of the other spiritual headlines that you took away from the time? If there's an easy way, the book is just full of experiences, and it's difficult to get them all in.
Well, you know, in the medicine wheel, you learn how to step beyond that and beyond fear. And you learn how to step beyond violence. So, in my life, fear doesn't haunt me any longer.
But how? Why?
And, well, the teaching of the medicine wheel of the West, which is the way of the warrior who has no enemies in this world or the next, is to step beyond violence. Because we're not violent against the people we hate. We just wish the IRS on it.
Yeah, whatever.
It's the people we love. You know, we kick the dog, there's child abuse, we know how to push each other's buttons incredibly. So learning how to step beyond violence in your life and live non-violently is one of the key elements in self-healing.
But when you were with the Inca Indian tribe and they were teaching you these things, were they doing things to you physically?
Well, I remember being at ceremonies where in the middle of the ceremony, in a mist on top of Machu Picchu, in the mist, images began to appear, almost like in a movie, of everything that I was afraid of in my life. And it presented itself to me, and I had to come to terms and resolution with it. And I discovered that my fears were the places in me where there was a lack of love, where love didn't live, where love became not a little currency of exchange or sweet things we say to each other, or one fuzzy
Where are we going, kitchen or home bed? Right.
Welcome back. You got the balls in the air now. You know, we're going to tell you briefly if you should be in the New York area in the near future and you'd like tickets to our show, we'd love to have you. You can call 201-346-6624, 346-6624. Go, Michael. You got a great crowd in from Milford, Pennsylvania. Among other things. You know, our next guest stopped juggling long enough to co-write a book with Tony Buzan. The book is called Lessons. You're showing off, Michael. Lessons from the Art of Juggling is the name of the book. Now, he can best explain his concept of juggling as a metaphor for life, among other things. This is Michael Gelb. Hi, Michael. We do it every day, but thank you for all of that. You showed your dexterity. What is this about, the art of juggling?
We've all got to keep a lot of things up in the air at one time and not get too upset when something drops. So juggling is a perfect metaphor for life's most important skill, which is learning how to learn.
How did you come to that concept?
You know, when I was in high school, my high school wrestling coach told me, "Gelb, you're not trying hard enough. I want to see you give out 150%. So I tried even harder, and it just got worse.
Right, never
It just got
enough,
worse.
right,
Because there's some things in life, brain can make, was estimated by Professor Anokin of Moscow University as the #1, followed by 6.5 million miles of standard size IBM typewritten zeros.
You lost me.
Right? Well, I lost you with the magnificence of your own genius.
Yeah.
Right? So the question is, which begins by teaching you to drop the balls on purpose.
That it's okay to
That's right, because you're going to do it anyway.
This book, Lessons from the Art of Juggling, it has to do with how you're teaching corporations and the like to make that okay. Really, when Tony Buzani wrote the book, and you have all of these different examples of how people failed and won, how you make these mind maps. Tony was a guest recently, in fact, and showed us that mind map. Look on the screen with us there, Michael. This is your mind map of what, briefly explain how that works.
Well, this is the mind map of the book, Lessons from that Information, and transform it into your inevitable success if you stay committed to whatever it is you want to learn. If you trace right? Which means that you have to be focused and relaxed at the same time. Not too tense, not too laid back.
That's not an easy one to accomplish. Focused and relaxed at the
Just
same
the right
time.
balance. It's one of the major themes of the book.
This is one of the things.
Subtle thing to learn.
Subtle thing to learn.
Right.
Practice can
Very-
take you there, perhaps,
exactly right.
under visualization.
And then the thing that ties it all together is learning to play. That is our inherited birthright.
This is an interesting concept, and the power of playing. You talk a lot about it. Just briefly, tell me what that is.
Well,
Don't touch it. It's very sensitive. Devin.
Talking again with Michael Gelb. His book is called Lessons from the Art of Juggling, and that is what you're telling us about. You're talking about the power of play.
balance out the serious gravity of what we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Learning how to play helps you be more creative, helps you see that big picture,
Absolutely.
helps you get the edge, helps you understand marketing, helps you understand how to bring the best out of your people.
You know, I'm so sure, though, I bet you, and tell me if I'm wrong, I'm fearless in the face of this kind of challenge. I'll tell you, I mean, just for what it's worth. And then we're going to bring in a couple of audience members who are young and have a lot going still for them.
Okay,
So
no,
let's
you
say
have
you
a
show
lot
me
going
what.
for you.
Let's
You're
give
as young
it.
as you think.
All right, that's a good
Okay?
point, too.
Right?
Okay, go.
Okay, now, remember what my first juggling coach told me? He said, take these 3 balls, throw them up, don't let any of them drop.
Don't let it.
Right, that sets you up for a series of big failures.
Right.
So the way we teach people how to learn to juggle and learn anything is to create a series of small successes. So let's just start by working with 1 ball and throwing it back and forth, nice and simple, nice and easy. Ready?
Up and down.
Brilliantly done.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I think we
right.
have to have some applause for this. This is So watch the way you coach yourself. Right? Watch. How would you coach your child if your child was doing this? You wouldn't say you're a klutz.
No,
you'd
you
say,
wouldn't. That's right.
You'd say,
Okay, look what I
beautiful.
said.
That's it. That's it. So coach
But I'm afraid to
yourself.
go too high because
There
I
you
know
go. No, it's beautiful. Yeah, that's it. You feel the fear and you do it anyway.
That's right.
Right?
I know
You
that
feel the fear, you
That's
do
a
it
good
anyway, right?
Okay, now what? Give me
Okay.
some more.
See, you're a pro. It's like, I'm ready for the next challenge. I can handle that, no problem. And so the next step is to take 2 balls and throw them up in staggered timing.
Right.
Just like the arches of a famous hamburger
Right,
establishment,
okay.
right? So you're going to throw 1, 2. But to make it even simpler, to
Yeah.
make sure that all you can have is fun, I want you to drop the balls on purpose.
Cool.
I want you to throw 1, 2, let them drop. And to make it even simpler, I'm going to pick them up for you.
Thanks.
So you don't have to worry about dropping them or mistakes or anything like that.
I want to get one. Look what I've done. See, this is not juggling. This is just catching,
See,
isn't it?
that's another little, that's the basis of the pattern we call, oh, that was very good.
We need some help. I'm going to get our audience members. This is, hi, Bevan, and, well, he's our age. Hi, Paul. How you doing? You were practicing a little bit, Paul and Bevan, right?
Now see, Paul and Bevan,
Michael, yeah.
Paul and Bevan have really shown amazing talent in the ability to drop the balls.
Have,
And they have
Join the
actually raised themselves up to a level where they're capable of dropping 3 balls.
Okay.
And they're going to demonstrate it for us now. So
Okay.
I'd like to see each do your 3-ball drops.
And tell me what they're supposed to
Okay.
feel as that happens, or what.
Okay, so anytime you're ready, go ahead. Oh, yes. Oh, brilliant.
Oh.
Look at that.
Way out there.
Fluid, easy rhythm with which they drop the balls.
Now, why is this good for them to do
Because
this?
if you watch the 3-ball pattern, watch
Okay.
the 3-ball pattern.
Need some
Look at my hands.
Okay.
What are my hands doing?
Well, they're receiving. Is that it, sir?
They're making little circles, aren't they?
Okay.
Can you do this? Can you move your hands just like mine?
I doubt it.
Yes, try it. Go ahead, just try it.
Well, I don't
Without
have
the
3
ball.
balls.
Without the
Oh,
ball.
just do this.
Just watch
Okay.
me. Move with me.
All right.
Not so hard, is it?
No.
Now, if you had balls going around around now, you'd be juggling.
I would be.
Right?
Okay.
Right? What makes it possible for me to move my hands in the same place every time?
You got to be focusing.
Right? What am I focusing on?
I don't know.
I'm focusing on throwing the balls to the same place every time. If I throw the balls to the same place every time, they land in the same place every time, and juggling becomes easy. So doesn't it make sense to focus on the throw and not worry about the catch? Right, so they're focusing on the throw. The catch happens by itself when you throw the balls to the right place. Now what you're doing, you're doing the pattern that's the basis of this juggling,
Right.
which is called a shower. Right? What I want you to do is
Throw it up.
Throw. So one thing that might help is, let's have you start with your non-dominant hand. So throw this ball up to here. That's good. Now throw the other one up to here. Yes. Fabulous.
I have potential.
You have unlimited potential.
I'm just
unlimited
wondering,
potential.
why should this is kind of relaxing. You say it is that. I think we never are far from that worry about doing it well, of dropping the balls. Am I right? Did you guys feel that too? Don't you feel like a klutz? You feel like you can't help it.
See, what Paul and Bevan have learned is that if they really let go of worrying about catching the balls, instead of that, gee, I'm a klutz, gee, I'm frustrated, gee, I can't get it, it's sort of almost bemusing.
It's relaxing. It is fun.
What's funny is what happens to people is they go 1, 2, they listen to what I say, they actually throw the balls, and something like this happens. They go,